Hello all, myself Amit. Today we will see how we can use UV as a Python package manager to manage complex dependencies with better performance. So previously we used to have pip as a Python package manager, but UV is providing better performance and managing the complex dependencies very easily. So let's see how it is better than pip. As per the official UV documentation, so they have mentioned that UV is an extremely fast Python package and project manager written in Rust. So we can see different metrics also. UV is like providing very much and faster performance than Poetry, PDF, and pip-sync. Okay, so this is the difference they are showing. So apart from that, these are the highlights. It's a single tool to replace pip-tools, pip-x, Poetry, by environment and virtual environment and more. So previously we used to have different environment for different purpose, but by using UV we can use single tool to manage different things like virtual environment, to manage installing dependencies. Okay, so all those things is possible using only single tool. Okay, and it is 10 to 100x faster than pip. Provide comprehensive project management with universal log file. Run scripts with support for inline dependency metadata, installs and manages Python versions, run and install tools published as Python package. So all these things we will see by our one small demo. Okay, so let's begin in our IDE, that is VS Code. So before moving to VS Code, so I want to let you know like how we can install UV on our local machine. Okay, so if you are using Mac OS or Windows, so just click on this installation, okay, on UV official documentation, and they have mentioned like steps how we can install this UV on our local machine. So if you are using Mac OS or Linux, so by running this curl command, it will easily install on your local machine, okay, or you can use wget also. And they also mentioned that we can use pip also to install UV easily on our machine, and through homebrew also it is possible. Brew install UV, it will install directly. Okay, so there are multiple ways we can install UV on our machine. For Windows, they have mentioned like PowerShell one command by using which we can install UV on our machine. Okay. Apart from that, like on Windows also, we can use pip or pip-x to install UV. So these are the different ways by using which we can install UV on our local machine. Okay. So let's begin a tutorial on our Visual Studio IDE. So this is my like small application considered main.py. So we are using Flask and simple one like API is there with one route. Okay, so let's see like how we can use this particular manage this particular application by using UV instead of pip for installing different packages, for installing and managing log file and Python different versions. Okay, so let's see. First of all, we will see whether the UV is installed on our machine or not. Okay, so previously I have installed UV on my Mac machine using brew command, brew install UV. So after running this, like automatically it installed UV on my machine. You can use other methods also that I explained previously, like pip or using curl command. And if you are on Windows machine, you can use other methods that is explained on official site. Okay, so you can see like UV is already installed. Okay, so then after that, if you want to see like different commands, so you can run uv help. Okay, so it will list down all the commands that is available. So you can see like we can use uv run, uv init, add, remove, version, lock. We will see most of these commands in our tutorial. Okay, so let's begin. So let's clear. So first of all, like we need to install and check what are the different versions of Python is available on our machine, okay, local machine. So for that UV provide better way to manage Python. Okay, so UV Python list. By running this command, we can see different Python versions installed on our machine. Okay, so whatever like in this list, whatever like path it is showing, that means that particular version is installed on machine. Okay, so it is showing like 3.14.2. This is installed at this particular location. Okay, apart from that, we have like 3.11 also, 3.10 also is available, and 3.96 is also available. Okay, so like this we can see different versions of Python which is installed. Okay, apart from that, if you want to like install a particular version, you can do that easily using Python. Okay, using UV. So what you need to do, UV Python install, and whatever version you want to install you can type here. Like already I have 3.9, 3.10, 3.11. The 3.12 is not there, so let's install 3.12. Okay, so you can see by using UV we can manage Python also very easily, and it is very fast. You can see like it has quickly installed that particular version on this particular version on our machine. Okay, apart from that, it is telling us to like add this particular version path into our path variable. Okay, so that we can directly access, but already at the path, like I have latest version of Python, so I would not add this also in the path variable. Okay, so let's move ahead, and these are the things we can do. Apart from that, like if you are working on a project, okay, and you want to pin a particular Python version for this particular project, so in that case what you can do, UV Python and pin, and whatever version you want to be used in this particular project you can mention here. Okay, UV Python pin, and consider like I am using 3.11. Okay, so if you enter this, so automatically it will create a one version. Okay, 3.11. So okay, so you can see here 3.11 is now pinned to this particular project. So whatever like operation we will do, so it will use 3.11, even though like we have different versions on this machine, but still it will use this particular version. So this is how like we can manage Python different Python versions on our machine. Okay, so let's move ahead. So let's start with virtual environment. Okay, as you know, like whenever we are working on a particular project, so we manage Python environment. Okay, so that is the first very critical step during the development. Okay, because we don't want to install all the packages at the global level where it will create a very like a complex and messy situation. Okay, so we want to manage all our project dependency within the project itself. Okay, so for that we can use UV virtual environment. Okay, so first of all, before running this, so we want to initialize our this particular project for UV. Okay, so that it will have like all the artifacts required for UV to manage end to end. Okay, so for that step is UV init. Okay, so UV init, this is like one important command to manage or initialize this particular project. Okay, so once you run this, like automatically few files will be created. Apart from that, like you can mention like Python version also, whatever like version we want to use this particular in this particular project. Okay, so we can mention that. And so currently we are in the right folder. If you are not in the right folder and you want to create folder also as part of this command, so you can mention like folder name. So what it will do, it will create the folder and it will initialize that particular folder for the project. Okay, but we are in the right folder, so we will use UV init. Okay, so once you run that, you might have seen like it created few more files. Okay, so first one is like py project.toml file. So this is one of the important file where like you will manage uh, all the like dependencies related to this project. Okay, it will list down all the dependencies which is used in this particular project. Okay, and also it mentioned like require Python 3.11 greater or equal to 3.11. Okay, require Python dependencies, all those things. You can manually also you can modify this thing. Okay, like if you want to use a particular for version only, you can do like this. Okay, but we will not do that. Okay, so let's keep it as it is. So this is UV init. Okay, so this is very important. So if you see here now, if we run UV add some uh, Python package we want to install, so what we can do, UV add, and if you mention like panda. Okay, let's install UV add panda. So what it will do, So I think okay, so it will automatically install all these packages. Okay, and it will mention the name of dependency also. Okay, panda, like this automatically it will. And we can remove also if you want to, like uv remove panda. So using a single command we can add and remove. Okay, add uv add for adding new package, and removing package we can use uv remove. Okay, so this is, and it is very quick. You might have seen like it quickly install these dependencies. Okay, so in my case it might have like installed from the cache, but if it is not even in the cache, in that case also it will install very quickly. Okay, so this is very important, like easy step. So apart from that, let's see like what are the different things we can do. So let's create virtual environment. Okay, so and add the required project dependencies in it. So uv, so this is the command that if we run this, like it will automatically create virtual environment. Okay, virtual environment already exists at this particular folder. Okay, so I believe like when I run like uv init, at that time it automatically initialize with virtual environment also. But even if it is not there, in that case you can use this command uv pyenv. Okay, so enter. Okay, so yes, so after that what you can do, you need to activate that particular virtual environment to be used as a local virtual environment. For that we need to run this command. Okay, just copy and run. Okay, so now this particular this particular project now using virtual environment to managing packages. Okay, python packages, right? So let's move ahead. So let's see like how we can install few packages inside this. So for that we can use like uv, same command we can run uv add, and what we are using in our project, we are using flask. Okay, flask. So if you run this, you can see like all the dependencies it quickly added into virtual environment. Okay, so like this we can add any number of packages. Okay, another way, if you go inside our toml file, you can see this particular package, whatever package is there, that also got added here. Okay, so apart from that it is showing like greater or equal to. If you want to use a specific particular version only, in that case you can modify this and make it equal to. Okay, and other way, like other way, if a specific version you want to install, in that case what you can do, you can use uv add, and after that like you can mention like 3.1.2. okay, like this. So if you mention during like add itself, so it will add a particular version. Okay, and okay, so this is also like very important, like when we are using a particular version. Also like we can add additional packages like if required, like uv add, and then like we can add additional packages like panda etc. Okay, so you can see it automatically got added here. Apart from that, like this particular uv is creating uv dot log file also. So this log file is similar to log file in other technologies like node or terraform. So in that also like it generated the log file. Okay, so it generated a log file with particular version. Okay, whatever like version is used during the development, so it logged to that particular version. So that what will happen, so when we are doing deployment or some other person is pulling our code, so he's aware about like what versions got used during development. Okay, and same version they will use in their like environment, local environment or remote environment, to do the deployment, so that this application would work properly. If they download this project after like 1 or 2 years, and lot of dependencies would change, and there might be chances like there are breaking changes and this application would not work. So in that case we can use this uv file and it will install. So to use like log file to do the deployment, so what we can do, we can use uv sync command. So what this uv sync command will do, so it will install all the dependencies which is mentioned inside uv.log file. So this is very important command. So we can use uv sync. Okay, and it will point to uv log file and whatever pinpointed dependencies mentioned, exact dependency would be downloaded from the internet and installed so that our application will run flawlessly. Okay, apart from that, like consider we upgraded a few dependencies, okay, inside our toml file. So instead of this, now we are using 3.2.2. okay, so in that case, like if we want to update our uv.log file also, so there is a command, and that is like uv log upgrade. Okay, uv log under dash dash upgrade. So this is the command. If we run this command, it will update our uv.log file also. Okay, so this is the way by using which we can update the uv.log file later. Okay, so initially we created our application using a particular version, or later on we want to update our application, so we can update uv.log file also by running this command. Okay, so there is one more command is there, like if you want to upgrade only a particular package which is mentioned inside Flask. Okay, instead of updating all the packages into the uv log file, if you want to update only single particular package, so for that we have command uv log upgrade package and package name, like consider like Flask is the package name, upgrade package Flask. So what this command will do, it will upgrade only single package in the log file, not like everything. So this is another important command we can use. Apart from this, like consider in our project, Python project, we have requirement.txt file. Okay, so in that case, what we can do, we can instead of installing manually one by one uv add, instead of that we can use requirements.txt file to do the installation of our package. So for that, like we can use uv install dash r and dot txt. So instead of install, I believe it is uv add. Okay, so you can see like whatever package is mentioned inside the requirement.txt file, it got installed. So it is greater or equal to 2, which is already like this Flask is already installed, so that's why it is not showing like installation steps, it is showing like it is resolved. Okay, so like this we can use requirements.txt file. So most of us basically use requirements.txt file while doing the deployment. Okay, and this is how now we will see like how we can run this particular application. Okay, so instead of Python and giving the file name, so we can use uv command to run this particular Python application. Okay, so for that we use uv run and main.py. So this is the particular file is there, so that's why I'm mentioning that main.py. If I run this, you can see like it started at 5000 port 5000. So let's go to localhost 5000, and you can see this application is working fine. Okay, so there is one more command is there related to run. So there is one more command is there, uv run, and after that like we can mention some packages which we have not installed by using uv add. So if you want to install ad hoc some packages, so for that command is uv run and dash dash with. Okay, and you can mention uh, any package that you want to install, like consider like we want to install request package. Okay, and after that we can mention main.py. Okay, so like this. So if you run this, so what it will do, it will try to install that particular package and then run our application. So because request was not found in the package registry, require request, we can conclude that request is unsatisfied. So maybe I have given wrong name, so it is requests as was missing. Okay, so you can see now it got installed. Okay, ad hoc, and then our application got started. Okay, so and if you go here and if we refresh, it is working fine. So this is how we can install a few packages ad hoc also. Okay, so this is done. And after that, like apart from like managing Python, running managing packages, running application, we can install tools also. There are some CLI tools are there. So if any of such tools you want to install, you can use UV also for that purpose. Okay, UV, and after that you can mention like tool, and to list down the tool you can use UV list tool. So there is no tool is there right now. So if you want to install any tool, so you can use UV tool install and the name of the tool. So one of the such tool is like rough. So if you mention like this, so it will install that. So you can see like it is much faster than pip. It installed that particular application. Now if we again like list down, so it will show rough one tool is installed. Okay, so like this you can do. And yeah, and to uninstall like uninstall, you can use tool uninstall, whatever tool you want to uninstall. Okay, so if you uninstall this, okay, so uninstall to one executor tab. Okay, and again if I list down tools, so it will show no tools are there. So this is how like guys, like we can install, we can use UV for different purpose. So there is no need to install like multiple tools to manage all these operations in Python application. Okay, so single tool is enough to do all these operations. So I have created all the commands that I have shown in this tutorial. So I have created one gist file, okay, with name UV cheat sheet. So you will see like all the commands that I explained in this tutorial mentioned in this tutorial in this gist file. Okay, so I will add this URL of this gist file in the description. So please get that from there. Okay, and if you have any questions and doubt, please let me know in the comment section.